What's up guys, Kizzle Kicks here and welcome back to another episode of this FIFA 16 Crystal Palace career mode. Today the season begins, pre-season is done, all business is done. Even though we had a couple of good suggestions coming in, we haven't really got the budget to do it anymore. But they will be added to the shortlist because I'm sure in January once again we're going to look to find ways to improve the squad. But for now, it's match day. Our match day focus is here. We're taking on newly promoted Sheffield Wednesday. It's going to be a debut for this man, Coquelin, who obviously joined us for 11.5 million from Arsenal, and also a debut for defender Mark Bartra as well. So I feel like we've got a much more solid squad going into this season than we had last year. Obviously Sheffield Wednesday, a couple of players of note. You've got Kieran Westwood in goal, who's a very, very good goalkeeper. Forestieri and Barry Bannon as well, the player that we're going to have to look out for. He's got a little bit of Premier League experience with Villa, of course. But here's our side. We're playing a kind of 4-4-1-1 formation. You can see Berahino leading the line. You've got Sincraven behind him. Balassi and Sahar out wide. Coquelin holding in midfield with Kabai. Bartra slotting in alongside Zuma at that centre-back position. It was nearly a debut goal inside 5 minutes for Francis Coquelin. Unfortunately, his effort was blocked and looped just over the crossbar. But Sheffield Wednesday caused us problems as well from that set piece. Didn't really deal with it well, which is something we haven't done in pre-season. Usually we're fairly solid from set pieces, but we've really struggled to defend them recently. But let's go forward again. You can see the ball is played into the channel. Balassi will give chase and win possession as he loves to do. Space kind of opened up for him. He had the shot, but it was straight down the throat of Westwood, and he manages to just gather the ball with ease. Sheffield Wednesday, their chance to attack. It was really an end-to-end game. The ball was looped into the back stick and somehow manages to find its way into the back of the net. We've seen it before with Soiree, not the best at defending sort of deep crosses. We weren't quite sure how that had managed to find its way in, but it's been gone down as a Jack Butland own goal. I think it kind of got wedged between the post and Butland, but it's going to be another mistake here from Soiree, giving possession away cheaply. They pick up possession on the edge of the box, just let one go out and nothing, and it's 2-0. Things going from bad to worse very, very quickly just before half-time. It was a really, really sloppy pass from Soiree, but take nothing away from the finish. There was still a hell of a lot for the lad to do there, and he's managed to beat Butland from 20-25 yards. But we get a couple of corners, trying to get ourselves back level before half-time. It's flicked goalwards from Zuma, but headed off the line, and that was the last chance that we had in the first half. So substitution, Sincraven coming off, Jamie Vardy coming on. We're going to go 2 up top now, doing that 4-4-2 diamond formation that we played in pre-season. A good save from Westwood denies us early on here in the second half, but Sheffield Wednesday come forward again. They didn't just sit back as we thought they probably would, and they forced Butland into another good save. But we've got another debut coming up now, competitive debut anyway. It's Alvaro Vidillo, a young lad from Betis. It was phenomenal for me on FIFA 15. He's coming on for Wilfried Zaha to see if he can create anything. You can see Berahino here has picked up an injury, but still decides he can run. He cuts inside, space opens up for him, he has the shot, but Westwood manages to turn it away, as he's done so with most things pretty much all game. But Coquelin picks up the ball. We really put our foot on the gas now. He finds Jamie Vardy, and Westwood with another great save. The follow-up loops just over the crossbar, but we get a corner. It's a chance for us to create something here. It's now Jason Punchin, who also came on as a substitute, trying to create something. He picks out Zuma in the box with a left-footed effort. It was a tame one. Had it, you know, it didn't have the power, but if that had just been an inch or so the other side, that would have crept into the bottom corner. But Sheffield Wednesday at the other end caught us on a counter-attack. Barry Bannon got a bit fortunate in the way the ball fell to him, but he heads it over Jack Butland, making it newly promoted. I feel the need to say it because it's such a poor result. Sheffield Wednesday 3, Crystal Palace 0, and that is not how we imagined our season to begin. To be honest, so disappointed with that one. And obviously you can see we've got some injury news here as well. Berahino is going to be out for, did I say 2 weeks? I can't really see. He's going to be out for a while, but transfer offers coming in then. Bakary Sarko, however you want to pronounce it. Newcastle coming in with a bid of 2.4. Now, we're going to negotiate that. I know a couple of you want me to keep him, but he's just not going to get in the squad, to be honest with you. He didn't play a lot last year. We've bolstered the squad, so we're going to counter offer, try and get a bit more money for him. We asked for 6. Then Bologna came in for Kurt Zuma. Now, Kurt Zuma is not a player that we want to sell at all. We've got 3 decent centre-halves. We want to keep them all at the club. However, if they're willing to pay silly money for him, or what I believe to be silly money, then they can take him. But it's not going to happen. But confirmation there Vassale. Bologna coming back for Zuma. They offered just 10. Not happening, mate. We just decided to nip this in the bud before they keep offering, and it might unsettle Zuma, which is not something we want. So we just decided to reject the offer, call off negotiations, and he will be remaining at the club. But now it's time for our first home game of the season. Hopefully putting that shocking performance against Sheffield Wednesday behind us. We need to get off the mark here, really. You can see Zuma and Bartra again having another go at centre-back pairing. It's a flat 4-4-2 this time. Kabay and Coquelin in the middle. Zaha and Balassi out wide. Dwight Gale will accompany Jamie Vardy up front in the absence of Berahino, hoping that this two-man attack will give us a bit, well, make us a bit more of a threat going forward. Obviously, failing to score in that opening game was a massive disappointment, so hoping to put that behind us. As I said, we get off to a fairly positive start here. Dwight Gale has the first shot of the game. It is unfortunately straight down the throat of Mannone. Then former Crystal Palace man Shamak, he's tackled by Soare, but the ball falls kindly for Sunderland, and Shamak makes us pay. The ball was touched inside, and he just puts his foot through it, absolutely smashes the ball. It's past Butland before he can even react. And our season, even though we're 2 games in, I almost want to say it's a crisis. We find ourselves behind, and Barini nearly makes it 2. We're just really struggling to get to grips with these Premier League guys at the moment. Without any disrespect to, obviously, Sheffield Wednesday, who are newly promoted, and Sunderland, these are 2 games that you'd expect us to win, and probably win comfortably. But we've got the second half still to turn this one around. We can try and dig our way out of this hole. You can see Van Arnold puts the ball in. Zuma, Bartra this time with the mistake. And the ball falls to Liam Bridcut, who somehow manages to blaze it over. But he could have, and probably should have, doubled Sunderland's lead. So we're let off the hook a little bit. Can we take advantage of that? Zaha cuts inside. Surely a goal. No, it's a good save from Mannone, and it's swept away before we can get the rebound in. But Balassi coming forward now, gets right to the byline. Is he going to cut it back? No, he goes down. The ball is kept alive. Here's Coquelin. He turns on the edge of the box, shows good awareness to pick out Balassi, and he keeps his composure to fire us level. Just cutting inside onto his favoured right foot and just finessing the ball into that far corner. A decent finish, and hopefully now we've got 25 minutes or so, just over, to find ourselves a winner. Obviously, though, we need to keep things tight at the other end. Shamak causing us problems. The shot goes away. Butland parries it only as far as Barini, who couldn't force the rebound on target. Had he have done so, we'd certainly have fallen back behind. So certainly not as strong defensively as we thought we would be, and certainly not as strong as we were last year. Sunderland at this point went ultra defensive, catching us on the counter attack. We thought the danger was, well, we thought there was no danger. You know, Barini up against 3 of our defenders. We backed off, and then he's just come up with that, an absolute worldy strike. Nothing Butland could do. So in stoppage time, we find ourselves behind. We're going to have one last opportunity here to get something from this game. It's Dwight Gale. He cuts inside, picks out Vardy, straight at Mannone. Gale with the follow-up. Mannone gathers the loose ball. So once again, really, really disappointing result, and it is now a terrible start to this season. But another departure. Hiram Boateng's going to be joining Bristol City after that game. But look at the league table. We are bottom. That is a sorry sight. We are not, you know, it's depressing. We thought we were going into the season, you know, get the ball rolling early, get a couple of wins and just be right up there. I know there's only 2 games, we're only 2 games in, so there is absolutely no reason to panic. We still have a long way to go, but we are currently bottom of the league table. We need to sort it out, really. Whether we change the formation or not, I don't really know. We're going to have to look into some options, but it's just not good enough. So apologies for the bad start, guys. Do stick with us. I am optimistic that we can dig our way out of this, and obviously we're under a bit more pressure this year because we asked for additional funds, saying that we'd qualify for the Europa League. So the pressure really is on. But that's where we're going to leave this one, guys. Hopefully the next episode will be we'll up our performances a bit. Drop a like on the vid and subscribe if you're new, and we will see you again in the next episode.